You're listening to Empire of Rust, the world's first and only Transformers RPG podcast. Join the heroes of Iacon as they defend Cybertronian civilization from the remnants of Cybertron First to Lord Starscream's egotistical leadership, and beyond to the unknown threats on the other side of distant stars.
Welcome back to Empire of Rust, the first and greatest Transformers RPG podcast. Some of you might have noticed that someone was absent from the last session. We were missing our resident gumshoe, our resident flatfoot, even. And unfortunately, sometimes these things happen. Don't worry, Matt didn't leave the show. He's not a quitter.
Or a ghost.
Or a quitting ghost.
That's unconfirmed.
That would be the worst, though.
He also didn't ghost us.
Ha ha! Double on.
Unfortunately, Matt was just not feeling good on the last episode and is continuing to not feel too well. So we have to soldier on. But it's okay, because Magnum got himself shocked, and he can't participate anyway. So you know what? Perfect. There we go. Done. Wrapped up. I know that when I have...
Who added this plot thickener into the soup here?
I know that when I run games, if there is just one person missing, I'll usually keep on going and keep on running the game. How about the rest of you when you're running? What are your opinions on? What do you think you want to do with that? Adam.
As soon as one person cannot play, I throw the books in the air and say, "Party! Game canceled! Woo!" No, actually, I don't do that. Usually when it gets to the 50% or more mark that people can't play, so in smaller groups of like 4 people, when 2 of them can't play, I'll call the game canceled. But if only one of them can't play, I'll continue on.
Makes sense. How about you, Pat? You feel the same way?
Kinda. I mean, obviously, it's very circumstantial. Some characters or players are like kind of more, not the word important, but there are people that kind of drive the game, and then there are people that are kind of like just there. And sometimes if someone's just like, "Oh yeah, I'm here," and they're missing, it's like, okay. And then there's people that are like, okay, we can't really do this without them,
That is true. And I think on one of the games, like months or years ago, I know that we were going into a section that needed, I forget who it was. I think it was you, Mike. You were about to miss a session during the Vault of Stars arc.
Oh yeah.
And that would have been kind of critical.
Yeah, especially if you're in a particular plot-based thing at that on that particular leg. But
yep.
And obviously there are other things to take into consideration, like how often is this happening? Sometimes you have somebody that's like, hey, I'm kind of like a 50-50 here all the time. And it's just like, okay, well, if they're not here, then if they show up, cool. And if not, we're going to play without you. And then there's people that are like, hey, they're here every week. And then they're not. All of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, that's different. Like you've earned that we take you seriously thing.
I gotcha.
Goal.
How about you, Mike? Are you kind of on board with that as well? Do you have a different philosophy with that?
Yeah, generally if one person's out, it's nothing to cancel the game over. But if there's usually more than one, is when you start to either you don't play it or you reschedule it or whatnot. Like Pat said, sometimes there are exceptions to that. And then, for instance, another game that I'm running, the first game, it's a Star Wars game, and the first game we were running it, 2 people couldn't make it, and there's 4 people playing, so half the group couldn't make it. So instead of just canceling it, the other 2 still wanted to get together and play. So we got together, and I ran a little prequel session, because I didn't want to run through the first session without everybody there.
Right. So
I came up with something quick, and we did a little prequel game, and they get to play, and they get to learn the new system, and had fun. So instead of canceling altogether, we just did a little different thing.
A little side thing. All right.
That could only happen, a few times where you're entering a new chapter or starting a new game where you could start some people early. that can happen. That's cool. But there are some people that are so pivotal. For instance, the person who hosts, if they can't play, nobody really can. Mm-hmm. And the person who runs. But, because if no one else has anything ready to go on the fly, then there's really nothing to be done.
Yeah. But thankfully, your DM this week is prepared. So let's go ahead and jump into this.
Are you?
It's cute that you think that. So cute.
I'm never prepared.
Not for us.
So which planet are we going to today, guys?
Let's go somewhere new and only go there for half a session.
Actually, I suggest that we wait until Mike tells us where we should go, just in case we accidentally pick the place he wants us to go.
You're an advanced dick right there. I like that.
Are you stroking my ego?
That's not what I'm stroking.
That's not my ego.
The light of the space bridge falls away as the four of you jump through and exit the space bridge on Cybertron to the Iacon docks, where you had left to go to Velocitron just a few hours ago, really, just earlier in the day. When you arrive at the Space Bridge Plaza, you can see that there are still crowds milling about from the visit with Optimus Prime and the other Cybertronians from Earth. And yeah, like I said before, this place has become kind of like an impromptu meeting ground, and you can easily tell that in a couple of months to a couple of years, this is going to be a really big a business district. There's going to be lots of shops, and it's just going to develop so much. And yeah, don't forget, this is the space bridge that you guys brought back on the Steel Haven. So a lot of this is due to you guys pushing that forward. So excellent job on that.
Is word of the fact that Navitas is running, has that reached Cybertron yet? Or are people being holy shit, look at, here's a shot from orbit of this gigantic robot with puffy shoulders.
Not yet. And you think you beat the news here, which is kind of unusual. You guys are usually getting there and everything is breaking. It's huh.
Everyone already knows about the shit that we fucked up on,
Not
for once,
this time.
we're actually ahead of the curve.
So, Carapace, you jump on through and show up on Cybertron. Wildstrike, Legionnaire, and maybe with a little bit of hesitancy, Sweet Spot steps out of the space bridge, fully not hiding, just right out in the light of day. What's this like for you, Sweet Spot?
A little bit scary, because not everyone knows that Sweet Spot's back in the scene. Though I assume, much like the news of Navitas, it's going to hit hard, and pretty soon.
We should probably go see Sauron. So, what is his name? No, he's not the one with the ring. So. Sauron.
Sauron.
There you go.
Yes, my master.
That would be awesome.
It's my precious green spark.
My ferocious.
The four of you are walking through the plaza, and you can kind of pick up on a bit of a commotion on the comm channels as you kind of walk by some of the people who are in the plaza. You can see that some of them have their comm devices, and some have tablets out and are watching the news feeds. When you catch wind of the latest announcement from Circuit with ISS. This is Circuit with Iacon News Network with your election updates. Tragic news this cycle as candidate Depth Charge was found murdered in his home. Iacon Security Services are investigating, and we take you live to Chief Ironhide.
This is an active investigation, and we ask anyone with information to step forward to help. Rest assured that we will find who did this and bring them to justice, no matter where they're or who they're hiding behind.
Strong words from Chief Ironhide. This brings the number of electoral candidates down to 4. Still currently in the lead with 34% is Lord Starscream, but candidate Windblade is only 2 percentage points behind. The endorsement of several key leaders, chief of which is Optimus Prime, has given her campaign the boost needed to push her to the top. Given her rapid increase in polling, she is expected to overtake Lord Starscream and become the favorite to win. In sadder news, longtime resident of Cybertron, Wolfang of the Hunter's Forest was found murdered in Little Iacon. ISS currently has no leads for this senseless and horrific crime. Wolfang was well loved throughout the city, from his work helping speeder addicts to activism in overcoming the prejudices against beastformers. He's touched the lives of countless bots, and the planet is poor with his loss. Memorial services are scheduled for Iacon Plaza in 3 days' time. Thousands, including this reporter, are expected to attend. Did you want to add something there, Pat?
I knew nothing about those things. It was just like, I just thought that was really funny. Like, I'm like, oh, like he helped, like orphaned children, you know. He put out burning mustaches.
Well, I, for one, am glad that there's one less canine in the world. Sad that it had to be him, but still.
The last screen on the broadcast is the updated election results. Starscream is sitting at 34%, Windblade at 32%. Scourge is next up at 18%, and Damascus quickly behind at 14%. Depth Charge and Sweet Spot are both at 1% apiece.
I'm still on the board.
Yep. And Fast Track is at 0.
Did they leave all the other dead guys up there too?
Depth Charge is dead, and he's on there.
Oh, all right.
The only one who's at 0 is Fast Track because he dropped out.
This is a silly election.
Actually, let's not go to Cybertron. 'Tis a silly place. When is the election, by the way? Like, how soon?
Oh, it's like 300 years from now, clearly.
Nope.
Damn, we better get moving.
Yeah.
5 races from now?
Yeah.
It's actually coming up in like 2 weeks. So it's really nearby now.
What do you think, fellas? Should I reestablish myself as a candidate?
Do you want to rule Cybertron?
Hero of Velocitron, ruler of Cybertron?
I believe my intent would be just to put Starscream in his place.
So you're a single-issue candidate.
As amazing as that would be, it's like, thanks. It's like, you know, don't vote for him. Don't vote for that guy. Like, pull out a Brewster's Millions, you know. Fuck that guy, you know. Don't listen to me. Fuck that guy.
Clearly, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. But that man is a damn liar.
Yeah.
Your comm devices ping you to indicate that there is a message for all of you.
Even me?
I'm sorry, not Sweet Spot.
There you go.
So Wild Strike, Carapace, and actually, I'm sorry, it'd just be Wild Strike and Carapace, because I don't think it would have went to Legionnaire either. And you can see from the message, like the message header, that it was addressed to you two, Magnum, Pythagoras, and Denizen.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll check it.
So it's a recorded message from Ironhide.
You'll get this when you guys get back to Cybertron. We've been keeping track of Waveform and Lamplighter, and they've just taken the space bridge to Earth. We have a few agents who followed them, but yeah, they're making their way to that planet. And I think the reason is that Windblade is making a trip to Earth as well to meet with Optimus Prime and some of the folks on Earth. They should have plenty of security there, but I just thought I'd keep you guys in the loop.
So we should probably... So who do we want to let know that you're alive? I mean, Zaron, Ironhide... I mean, we have to go to Blur's bar just so you can quiver near each other for a long time, you know?
Yeah, let's do all that.
All of that, huh?
Yeah, all that. You know what? I'll just give Zaron a call. There's no need to make a personal visit, but we probably should visit Ironhide in person.
Okay.
I just want to see the look on his face when he finds out I'm still alive.
The disappointment.
That's what it is.
So we're gonna do a call for Zaron.
Call for Zaron. Let's see. I think I still have his comm code here.
Awful long comm code.
Things are more complicated here, so it's Cybertron, for God's sake.
Buzzes once or twice, and he will pick up.
Who is this?
Oh, come on now, Zaron. You know who it is. You recognize the comm code.
Yes, I recognize the comm code. That bot is dead. Who is this, and how'd you get this number?
This bot is very much alive, and I am here to tell you that on the phone, on the comms. I do apologize for not making a personal visit, but time is kind of running short here, and I did want to keep you in the loop, so to speak.
Put yourself on screen. Let me see who I'm talking to.
All right, hold on. I'm going to get a high angle so he can't see where I am.
The Instagram filter? The space
old,
Instagram filter?
Yeah, the old satellite filter.
The Spintagram filter?
Yes.
The angles holding up. Woo. And you're going to flash like a peace sign too? Stick your tongue out?
No, I'm not a damn fool. I just smile and say, it's me. Sweet Spot.
Sweet Spot? Ambassador Sweet Spot? How are you alive?
Well, that is a long story that I am assured to tell you in the future, the very near future. But for right now, I just want to keep you in the loop and let you know that I am alive. I am back. I have a little bit of a new look, so when you do catch wind of me, do not doubt that it is a rumor. It is the truth.
I still have my doubts, but this is quite clearly you. You'll have to tell me this story sooner rather than later. Do you
Absolutely.
intend on requalifying for the election?
Yes, and if you could do your part to make sure it's all on the up and up when I do re-enter, that would be much appreciated from your end.
I will look into what I can do.
I'm sure that there will be many people that will be doubters and want to cut the legs out from under my platform, so to speak, when I do re-announce.
Very well. I will look into what the legal requirements are to do this. It is.
And may everyone see your backside at all times.
And you as well, Ambassador. May your lanes always be clear.
Goodbye.
Velocitron stuff, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, may your prey always be deaf. What?
Yeah.
I like that.
It takes about 5 seconds, but the moment you cut the comm line with him, Carapace, Wildstrike, and Legionnaire all get a call from Zaron.
I may have failed to mention that you all know as well. So.
Hey, what's up?
Carapace, I just got a call from Ambassador Sweet Spot. He says he's alive.
No, it's an imposter. Don't listen to anything that he says.
I will hit Carapace right in the back. Cut it out.
I knew it.
I'd be like, no.
You know how political box will take you seriously.
Yeah, I know. Like, go see here. Like, here's me. Here's him. Here's where we are. Because
all right, thanks for ruining that too. I'm glad you're a soldier. You make an awful spy. Just awful.
I kept telling my spy master that. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that. Sorry. No, he's actually alive. So
That is amazing.
yeah.
I sense some hesitancy in your voice there, Carapace.
It's all just an act. Trust me, I've been in that fella's head. He is glad to see me.
He will actually lower his voice for a minute and kind of encrypt the signal, and he'll ask you,
Are you under duress? He's not an imposter. This isn't anything.
That's off.
Him duress for me?
I know. It's just like I'm almost.
I will laugh and like slap Carapace on the back. Oh, that's funny.
Like that's
Wipe a
it's
tear from my eye.
so outside. I'm like, what is he even implying? Like, oh, what? Like, no, of course not.
He truly has no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, all right then.
Sweet Spot is harmless.
I just thought I should do my due diligence to make certain that nothing untoward was happening.
I respect.
sure.
I respect.
Turn the camera over that way for a second. That's a Wild Strike, and he's here with us. He's also aware, just so you know.
I respect a healthy dose of skepticism.
Well, all right then. Sweet Spot has already asked for my help in getting his campaign back on track. But if either of you need if I can do something to help, please let me know. But otherwise, good luck, and it's good to have Sweet Spot back. A little surprising, but I guess this is the world we live in.
That's me all round. Surprising.
and he'll hang up.
All right, so Zon's taken care of. Let's go see Anna. He's still over in this building up over here?
Yep, he'd still be in the diplomatic building. He'd have some offices up there.
I guess you fellas lead the way since you're a little more well-known than I am currently.
Carapace and Wildstrike, you're both just going to go with them, no issues? Or did you have anything else you wanted to do?
I don't think I have anything right now.
No.
Like, if Lamplighter and whatever the one are already off planet, then like that idea that we had about having Lord Scourge have a public thing, like that's really out.
True.
I guess I would, assuming we do that anything after that, I would say see if anything about the web people, the spider Fate Weavers, if the Fate Weavers have had anything, like have done anything obvious,
You can put some feelers out and see if there's been any news on that front. Sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, the four of you head on over to the diplomatic building. Who wants to take the lead here?
Nope, not me.
Why
Not Sweet Spot.
Why would you not take lead?
Because of my new form here, my new paint job and whatnot, I might not be recognized as a VIP. That should be in the way. So by all means, you folks take the lead until we talk with Ironhead.
Okay.
Head into the diplomatic wing here and give me a perception check, all of you.
I am definitely a little bit more paranoid than my former self, so I'll be looking around.
I only rolled a 5, so I have a 17.
Wildstrike got a 32 and Nyko got a 15.
Woo! Look at that.
18 is what I got.
Carapace, Nyko, and Sweet Spot. All three of you notice that you do get the occasional stare because most of the people in the diplomatic wing are going to recognize Wildstrike and Carapace because you guys are a bit of a big deal right now. And you think the stares that are coming are because there's this new bot with those two. And of course, Legionnaire is well known in the diplomatic wing as well. But Wildstrike, you notice a couple of the bots over to the side, kind of off into the distance there. They are keeping an eye on this new bot, and they're taking out data pads. It looks like they're making notes on it. And I will give you this as well. You recognize them as effectively reporters, like reporters from the reporter's pen for the diplomatic wing. Because of course there are going to be plenty of news bots kind of in the diplomatic building almost at all times, keeping an eye on what's going on in the world. No one that you recognize specifically, but you do recognize them. You've seen them before, so you do think that some people in the media have noticed that there's this new bot here. Now, you're not certain if they recognize him as Sweet Spot or not, though.
Right. But they've taken notice of a new bot, at least.
Yeah. They've taken the new this new bot in this candy cane paint job.
I'll point that out to Sweet Spot. Looks like you have some new fans.
I will give a quick glance to see who it is and then look away so that they don't get my face for too long. Do I recognize either?
2 of them work for ISS, and the other ones work for competing agencies, and 3 of them are tabloid reporters.
Of course. Those are the ones you gotta watch out for.
You know, from tabloids like Spark and Circuit. Transformation Cog Weekly. The new Iacon Post.
The Velocitron Dust.
And of course, the most famous one, the Cybertronian Inquirer. And Wildstrike, you know that Nyko keeps a copy of the Cybertronian Inquirer under his bed. He knows what's up. Anyway, the 4 of you make it over to the elevators, get in, and Sweet Spot, you try to press the button to go up to the diplomatic wing, and try again.
I will back away and let someone else try, realizing my credentials are probably no longer on file.
Legionnaire steps up.
Let a pro show you how it's done.
And it takes him up. It takes all of you up to the diplomatic wing. The same wing
see,
that
Adam? See, like, that's how you do it. Like, see, he pressed the button and it wasn't a big deal. Like,
No, Legionnaire, that's why I really like you. You know the value of silence.
I was just going to tell you to shut up.
get up to the diplomatic floor and make your way over to Ironhide's office. You actually have to make your way past Zaron's office too, but yeah, that's fine. You ignore Zaron. You already called him.
Yeah.
I mean, does Legionnaire want to go check in with him?
Yeah, he probably would. It makes sense. It is his boss after all. Probably to just reassure Zaron that Sweet Spot is actually alive and he is real. Knock on the door, and you knock on Ironhide's office, and the door slides open. He sees Carapace.
Hey, IH, what up?
He sees Wildstrike, nods to you.
Ironhide?
Looks at this new bot.
Heidi ho! I stretch my arms out wide for a hug. How you doing, Phil?
Who in Promise's name is this?
If you close your eyes and concentrate real hard, I'm sure you'll find out exactly who I am.
Oh, Primus, it's you, isn't it?
It wasn't quite the welcome I was expecting, but I'll take it.
Well, I thought you were dead. I take it you were faking.
No, I nearly died. I really, truly nearly died. Although, anyway, long story short, it was a plot to assassinate me. I was made aware of shortly before it happened, with not quite enough time to prepare for it. That's why I ended up going missing. But in my false demise, I was able to uncover quite a bit of evidence, which I am prepared to give unto you now against Starscream, of all bots.
Well, I was certainly not expecting you to bring some evidence back with you.
I can respect that. And he will step out from around his desk and reach his hand out to shake. Do you take it?
Do I take his hand to shake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will take his hand to shake.
He grips your hand a little too tight. Just a little bit. But he does shake your hand.
That is, you've been working out. You got new actuators put into your hands there? Because that's a very, very strong grip. Much more so than I remember.
Never mind that. So, what's the next step here? What's the plan for, well, the 4 of you now? What You got, did you get my message about Lamplighter and Waveform?
Yes.
Not you, Sweet Spot. You wouldn't know about that.
I've been apprised by my friends here, but yes, they got your message.
So what's the next stop for the lot of you? Are you going to head to Earth? I have some of my forces at the Cybertronian embassy in Metro Titan on Earth. As far as I know, Windblade is also there. She is trying to drum up some support, trying to make her case to the people of Earth. And it looks like it's working, too. I don't know if you saw the latest poll numbers, but she is on the rise.
I've heard that is this Earth? It's like an organic planet. It's not like Cybertron, right?
Yeah, you remember way back when we first arrived, there were those the organics there, the small ones that were being added to the whole delegation thing.
Yeah.
Council of Worlds. That's their home planet. Everyone on Earth is
I knew that, but I knew that, but I mean, it was that didn't necessarily mean that their planet is like that. So
their whole planet is pretty much organic.
So it's like it's made out of meat then?
No, other life forms. There's rotting composites that make up the dirt. There's solids of that are the rock and the core and the crust. Then there's the plant-based life forms, which probably make up the majority of the life on the planet. And then all the animal life forms, they tend to eat the plant ones and each other.
So you mean it's exactly like Yukars, the planet that I'm from? Is that what you're saying to me?
Yes and no. All their machines are not, they're not intelligent. They don't transform. Not much, anyway.
That's kind of like Yukars.
If none of you have been to Earth, I do highly recommend a visit. I have a feeling you're going to be going there anyway, but the humans on Earth are quite an exceptional species. It took them just a few short years to be worthy of the intergalactic community. A blink of an eye in our timelines. That's where our war ended. It is a
place worth visiting.
It is a place of chaos and order, and it's almost indescribable. The people there are incredibly adaptable.
And their sunrises don't kill you.
Very true.
They look very squishy.
They are very squishy. One wrong step could spell the end of one of them. Don't do that. Watch your step. They're very picky about that.
I stepped in some human. God.
Especially the humans. They're more lenient about animals if they die, but if you step on a human, there's going to be some political consequences for you. So just watch your step there, especially you, Carapace. You're a big bot.
Humans are the two-legged ones, right?
For the most part, yeah. Okay. Some of them have to get around in these wheeled chairs, and others have these sticks they use to get around. But for the most part, yeah, 2 legs.
All right. Good deal. Anyway, just wanted to drop off this, and I'll put down a rather shiny data slug that I have been housing all of the corruptible information on Starscream on his
Another
desk.
slug, huh?
A data slug.
A shiny, slimy one?
Just shiny.
I'll take a look at this. How much sensitive information is on this? Is it just from my eyes only, or can I show it to others?
I would probably just look at it yourself, and probably with the blinds drawn and everything.
On a secure system, I understand.
That's right. Now, that's everything I have. Don't lose it.
Is this the only copy? Do you have a copy for yourself?
No, that's the only copy. I'm giving it to you, putting in your safekeeping.
That's incredibly dangerous, Adam.
You're telling me I'm trying to turn over a new leaf with you, Ironhide. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt and show you that I'm willing to trust you as a security professional by doing this.
All I'm hearing is you're giving a unique object to an NPC.
I'm also hearing that no one's made a sense.
If we can't metagame, you can't metagame.
Yeah.
Do what?
I'm assuming no one has made a sense motive check to tell that he's actually lying.
True. I am completely lying, but I'm telling him it's the only copy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Actually, if you are lying, I want you to make a bluff check.
Okay, I can do that. Bluff check coming right up. Here you go, boss. Did that pop? Oh, yes, it did. Oh, look at that. I rolled a 20. So it's a 34.
Ironhide believes you completely.
As well he should. Because I'm hard wink.
In fact, he's probably going to make a copy because he thinks it's far too dangerous to have only one of these things around.
That's what I thought he would do, honestly. So.
Let's just be honest here. I mean, if you were given, evidence, and it makes perfect sense to make a copy of it.
Which is why PCs almost never do.
All right. Anyway.
So what's the plan here, gentlemen? Gentlemots. Jerks.
Well, I think we should probably travel to Earth and make sure that Windblade is going to be okay, because if her poles are rising, that only makes her more of a target for Starscream. And one way or another, he's going to get to her. And the fellas that you guys are after have gone there as well.
Starscream doesn't like the humans, correct?
He doesn't. He tolerates them because they're the representatives of of Earth, but he'd prefer they're not around.
So if I were Starscream, this is another opportunity. If you have the humans kill Windblade, then now you have not only removed someone who's on your shit list, but you're also framing an entire planet that you want kind of swept away anyway. So I think that as dangerous as Lamplighter and What's-His-Face are, if there's any real danger, it's probably going to be amongst these little Earthites.
At any rate, we can't do anything from here. We got to get there.
That is true.
Upon our return, we'll probably
Earthites.
re-enter me into the race, confront Starscream with all the evidence we have, so it'd be appreciated to have you on hand to deliver swift justice.
I can do that. Have you told anyone else that you're back?
Only Zara. And there's one other bot that might be around. Degenerate, dinner time, denizen, whatever her name is. She knows.
Your companion there, a denizen?
As lovely as she is, she's not a companion of mine. I only just met her today, really.
I don't know, you've gotten further with her than any of us have.
Giggity.
Have you even tried?
No.
She was rather easy.
I'm trying to make her go away, not stay forever.
And where is Denizen anyway?
She said,
"Don't know, don't care."
And I'm not sure what this means, but I quote, "I'm going to get pissed. Don't follow me." Whatever that means.
I don't understand one thing about that bot. All right, well, I'll keep an eye out for her. If she shows up, I'll assume that she's in the loop.
Mm-hmm.
So Zaron and her. I got you.
Is there anything that you feel that we should know about? Any? I guess you already know who killed Wolfang. But any other word of the Fate Weavers coming to Cybertron? Or worse, Earth?
I haven't heard anything from the Fate Weavers. It's been a bit of a challenge keeping Wolfang's attacker a secret, because if the word gets out that the Fate Weavers are targeting Cybertronians, it's going to put some political problems on the Council of Worlds.
As if they don't already have enough.
Exactly right.
Oh, speaking of worlds and problems, just to let you know, news is probably going to be breaking pretty fast. Navitas on Velocitron has renewed his life, has transformed, shed his extra layers of Delta City, and is now outrunning the dawn, so to speak. The space bridge
Quite
has
literally
been
running.
Yeah, it's been relocated on his person. There might not be as much room as there once was in Delta City, so I would probably restrict travel to Velocitron through that particular space bridge for a while until things are settled and organized at Delta City.
Let me guess. You and your companions had something to do with that.
We were first-hand witnesses to the marvel that we actually provided as alloy.
He kind of just puts his hand like on his face, kind of like pinching where the bridge of his nose would be.
It's never a dull moment with you four, is it?
And be thankful.
Break it down for me. Simplest terms. What does this mean for Cybertron?
Well, their capacity to take people in via Delta City might be diminished. So to help them out, maybe restrict.
So you're expecting a number of refugees coming in from Velocitron?
There will probably be a great number of refugees coming from Delta City, at least. For those that want to still stay on Cybertron, I'm sure there can be transport arranged to other cities. But Delta City has had its capacity severely cut back.
Very well. I will talk with Zaron and see if we can get some more housing put together for them.
I do appreciate your effort in all this, Ironhide. Despite my dislike for you in the past, I do have great respect for you now. I'll roll another
He just kind of glares at you for a moment.
All right, here it comes. Not as high. I rolled a 14, so that's 28.
He still believes you. All right. And with that, the four of you can start heading out. He doesn't really have any more information for you, so.
Okay.
You guys want to make your way to out of the building?
Are there? I guess. Are there any specific cultures, like cultural things that we should know about before going to Earth to kind of help us blend in?
Oh, the primary form that most Cybertronians take on Earth are vehicle alt modes. Animal alt modes like your form there, Carapace, are not very common, at least ones of your size.
So a tank would make them feel more comfortable?
Not from what I remember of my time there. You might want to scan a new alt mode once you get there.
That's an option?
Wild Strike, you'd fit in mostly well. As long as you don't, as long as you don't try to land in a city. Sweet Spot, you'll be okay there as well. You'll probably get some stares because your color scheme is kind of unusual. Legionnaire will probably blend in the most.
So was he a pickup truck or something?
Yeah, I don't think we defined it too much, but he's a truck though.
Wasn't he like a security truck, like a bank truck kind of?
Something like that, yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. It's like he's an armored car. Like it's just like, and bot form, he takes care of them, and if they get taken down, he can at least pop them in his back and get away.
Yep,
that's funny.
I know it hasn't come up or anything because it just really there's been no like real plot reason to do it. But in the rules, you can change the aesthetic appearance of your alt modes at no cost. So if you go to a new place, you can effectively scan something for local for it. It doesn't change the overall nature of your alt mode. So, for example, if you were a car, you'd still be a car, except you're an Earth car. If you're an animal, you could be a more Earth-based animal. The only exception, I think, in your case, Carapace, is since you are large, it would be, it would effectively be like a giant Earth, but whatever the equivalent of a giant Earth beetle would be.
So
Which would be
none of my versions are subtle here. So
right. Wild Strike, you could alter it so you look like a plane or a jet fighter or something like that if you wanted to. But why would you want to hide that sleek, sexy form?
Yeah, I'm not changing. They don't like it, too bad.
On the way out, Ironhide will get your attention, Wild Strike.
Okay.
And kind of in a hushed voice, once everyone else is out of earshot, he'll ask you,
Wild Strike, what do you make of this new sweet spot? Is he on the up and up?
I'm not sure how much you know about combiners, but I've combined with him, so his thoughts were in my head, and I've asked him direct questions, and he's answered them truthfully to me. As far as what happened, he's claimed to have evidence which I haven't seen, and that he's passed on to you, and if that's significant enough to help, then that's good enough for me.
All right. Keep an eye on him for me if you don't mind.
I will.
Just to be sure that everything is still, that he is who he says he is. I've come across things like mind control before, and I've been in a combiner as well. I do know that you can't hide thoughts very easily, but if he's like a sleeper agent or something, and he honestly believes he is who he says he is, that would get through that, and it would fool all of you as well.
Definitely something to watch out for then. Thank you.
And I'll take a look at this evidence and see what he's given us.
I had previously mentioned that I wanted to give Sweet Spot the evidence that I had from Starscream, the notes and everything.
Sure.
So could I have done that before this?
I assume that you had.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure
would
that
have been added
it was
to my stockpile.
perfect.
Cool.
All right, thank you, Anhard. Good to see you again.
You as well. Good luck on Earth.
Four of you head out. You'll meet up with Legionnaire in the hall on the way out. Zarin is standing in the doorway, and he's kind of talking with Sweet Spot, just kind of getting to know him again.
Getting to know you.
I'm currently letting him know about the whole Navitas thing. And then she said, "This is the perfect time to freak out." Oh, it's hysterical. I wish you could have been there.
You can hear him laughing along with you.
Oh, that is great news. It is great news to hear that Navitas is with us again. I was so disheartened when I was told that his mental state was subpar. But that means we're going to have to prepare for a stream of new refugees coming in. So I will have to get try to get some housing prepared, and this is it. It's an exciting time. We might have enough people to expand the city even more.
Definitely reach out
this
to
is excellent news.
Moon Crater though. She could help you coordinate from her end.
Moon Racer.
Moon Crater, huh?
So now I'm actually starting to get curious because, you're usually pretty good with names.
Yeah, sorry, I got a little Magnum in my head. I'm channeling that bot.
Okay.
It's awfully suspicious. Let's see here, Carapace. While you are in the diplomatic wing here, you get a message from. Actually, we'll say it is from some of the rats that helped you out with Lord Scourge a bunch of episodes back.
Yep.
They were acting as his eyes and ears, and I imagine you kept a couple of comm frequencies and reached out to them to find some information.
Okay.
And they get back to you with a message, and they get some news on the Fate Weavers for you.
Okay.
One of the leaders of the Fate Weavers, a bot named Air Arachnid, has made the journey to Earth with her entourage. Not only that, but a name shows up that you haven't heard in quite a while. The name of Leatherback. And the moment you hear this name, you remember him. Every time that you have run into trouble on your bounty, like when you were actually as an active bounty hunter, every time you've run into trouble on your bounties, and every time you've messed up a mission, it almost always was due to Leatherback. This guy is one of those, as another Yukaran. He is effectively your rival bounty hunter, and he has been a thorn in your side for quite a while. And you know that he is just a bully. Think of like schoolyard bully. He's kind of like that.
Great.
Always putting everyone down, talking down to everyone. Doesn't matter how good you are, he's still going to minimize your accomplishments. And he just seems to kind of have it out for you, like in particular.
Has he ever worked with the Fate Weavers before?
No, and the news about him is actually separate from the Fate Weavers, but there is some rumor that he has also come to Cybertron and he has left through the space bridge. And rumors shows that he is heading to Earth for some reason. It's just a rumor, but so far all of the warren of rats over here has actually been pretty good about getting accurate information.
Party on Earth.
Too many coincidences.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening right here, and it's unexpected.
What do I know about him? Is he Yukaran? Do I know what his alt forms are?
Yep, he's a Yukaran. As far as you know, he only has one alt mode, but he is actually technically in the same tribe as you, the Scale Walker tribe. And you know that his last form that you saw was a enormous crocodile.
I was just gonna say, based on the name, that's what I assumed, honestly. So,
Leatherback.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, I need a new suitcase, man.
A new bag.
Carapace needs a new set of shoes.
Dude, if you skin him, you can turn him into a trench coat from Magnum.
Wow.
What do you mean, if? Okay. Well, that's obnoxious, but two things I hate most of the verse.
People who are intolerant of other cultures, and the Fate Weavers.
And the Dutch, yeah.
Was that an Austin Powers joke?
Yeah, baby!
Wow.
Austin Powers 3,
nice.
I think.
Indeed.
Yeah, all right. I was not expecting that.
No, never expect that.
On the way out, Wildstrike, you'll actually get a comm ping from Ironhide.
I forgot to give you this. It's the comm codes for our bots in the embassy. There's 4 of them there.
Oh, okay. Great, thank you. I'll give those to everybody.
Yeah, all right.
So you might have some potential allies there in the embassy.
Yeah, interesting.
Good. Yep. Time to go to the space bridge.
The 4 of you make your way over to the docks and over to the space bridge and get it set for Earth. Legionnaire uses his diplomatic clearance, so you can cut in line. You get a bunch of stares and angry looks from people. It's like, who the hell are they? Why do they get to go ahead of us? Do you know, I've been waiting in this line for 3 hours now. Come on. Let's see. Sweet spot. One of them throws a Shanix at your head.
I'll try to catch it.
Make it rain!
Reflex save. Hey, down in front. We've been waiting forever here.
Let's see. That would be a 15.
15. That's more than enough to catch a flying a
Yeah.
flying object. You are now one
I
chance
will be
richer.
like, thank you for your contribution. Now, stick that in my compartment.
The space bridge roars to life, and the four of you zoop, 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 and off to Earth.
Oh, that's no story has ever turned out well. Famous last words, off to Earth.
Back in Rebar's bar,
Oh boy.
the place is still empty because you managed to clear it out and downed yet another glass of nightmare fuel, and yet again failed to save.
Okay. This stuff really packs a punch here.
You see the door slide open. A slick black bot steps in and saunters up to you.
Have you come to sweep me off my feet, my sweet Megatron? I put my arms up to him.
He nudges you with his foot.
Stop it, that tickles.
The spot kneels down, gets close to you, and says, I think you and I have a common enemy.
You and I.
And we'll see you next
All
time.
my enemies are common.
From the Secret Files of Teletran 1, Empire of Rust is written and GM'd by Michael Ordway. Headmaster Magnum and his partner Pythagoras are played by Matthew G. Candidate Sweet Spot, representative of Velocitron, is played by Adam H.U. The Decepticon warrior Wild Strike and his partner Nyko are played by Mike M. And Carapace, the beast soldier of primitive Eucharis, is played by Patrick Finn. Additional characters are played by Michael and Cassandra Ordway. Empire of Rust is supported by the humans and networks of planet Earth, whose online networks provide access to libraries of sound effects and music, such as Storyblocks, Zasplat, Blue Zone, and Dark Fantasy Studios. We are distributed by the Transmissions Podcast Network. Stay up to date with all the latest news and reviews in the world of the Transformers by going to transmissionspodcast.com or searching for the Transmissions in your podcast app of choice. You can communicate with the heroes of Iacon by joining us on the Transmissions Discord channel. There you can discuss episodes, talk to the cast, and download the rule set used in the Empire of Rust. Teletran 1, signing off.